we're doing Am I the Asshole? And I have a very special guest right here.
What's that?
You appeared.
Oh.
I did the intro already and I went.
Yeah.
All right, we're looking at Am I the Asshole? You use it. You've made videos for this one, right? We don't need it. You don't need it. I'm just wearing them because I don't like make people look at my little small ears.
He's very insecure about his ears.
Am I the asshole for not giving my friends a ride if they didn't fasten their seatbelts? Last night, I, 18 male, was getting off work at 11:30 p.m. My two other friends, both 18 male, were also leaving as well and asked me if they could get a ride. I said sure. They all live with 1.5 miles from our workplace. It's a 3 to 5 minute drive or a 15 to 20 minute walk, and they both live in separate houses at different ends of town. It's a pretty chilly night. It's about 40 degrees and only a few cars were out and about. We all packed into my light blue 2004 Buick LeSabre.
Sick.
Seems like a fucking brag a little bit. Let's see. Sounds cool.
See what that looks like. Yeah. Okay. All right. It looks like a police car.
Fuck.
Whoop, whoop.
I waited to hear all their seatbelts click, which never came. I asked if they could fasten their seatbelts, and they looked at each other with confused glances. After a solid minute, one of them broke the silence and said, "Wait, you're serious?" To which I said, "Yeah." What a narc. What a fucking narc.
I mean, I don't know. It's
I feel like that's
your
a narc
problem
moment.
if they don't fasten their seatbelts.
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's also not, there's not many cars out and about. Just, what? Just like drive crazy. Just drive fast and go, hey guys.
Teach them a lesson.
Exactly. Crash. Hit a tree.
And wear your seatbelt.
Exactly.
Ultimate lesson. Life.
That's how you learn a lesson. Eject through the front windshield. They asked why, and I said the obvious reason. Safety, and I don't want no tickets if we happen to get pulled over. One chimed in correcting me saying, the driver doesn't get a ticket, the passenger does. That's true. I sat there for a second and said, if you don't fasten your seatbelts, I'm not taking you guys anywhere. They both let out a bunch of scoffs and exited the car. I said, suit yourself, and drove off. I feel like he is the asshole, to be honest.
And what did the people say?
They need to understand that if there is ever a crash and they aren't seatbelted in, their bodies become 100-pound projectiles flying around inside the vehicle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but it's not that dangerous of a, it's like, where are you driving at?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Like, I get him not feeling comfortable because he wouldn't want to put them in danger, but then also it's their shit. I guess it could injure him if they're not in wearing
I
their
don't know,
seatbelts and
dude.
they crash.
I just like, how I would do it, because I definitely would want my friends to wear the seatbelts.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Because I love them. But I would be the asshole if I was like, no ride with me.
Yeah. Get out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's just, there's better ways to go about it,
And you just have smart friends that wear seatbelts.
Yeah, I don't have idiot friends. Maybe find better friends and you don't have to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Because is the asshole, is that bad? It's not necessarily bad to be an asshole and relatively in a situation.
No, not a safety situation.
Yeah, like,
I don't think so.
I feel like I relate more so with the asshole in this one.
Yeah, that's what,
for sure.
I agree.
Am I the asshole for not punishing my daughter after she told my sister that sister smells? Upon returning, my sister was furious and said that she will never look at our daughter as she has an attitude. Look after our daughter because she has an attitude. I asked Kelly, her daughter, what exactly happened, and she said that she brought my sister some towels saying she can take a shower if she needs to, as well as there are some feminine products in the bathroom because there was an unpleasant smell coming from the auntie. I came closer to my sister and could also smell a rather sharp, unpleasant odor from her, so I could understand where my daughter was coming from. So passive aggressive, just, here's a towel, take a shower. Dina, the aunt, demanded I punish my daughter, but I refused and said she didn't do anything wrong and me or my wife would possibly approach her in a similar way in this case. Dina called me an asshole and since then would bring her kids home, not allowing them to play or talk to Kelly, which is upsetting. My wife thinks my sister is being petty and unnecessarily cruel over the treatment of an innocent child making a comment. Yeah, I feel like Dina's the fucking asshole.
Yeah, how old's the daughter?
8.
Oh, she's just being honest.
Yeah, that's how
8-year-olds
kids
are just brutally honest. So
and they haven't learned how to lie.
Smell.
Yeah, you fucking reek.
If an 8-year-old told me that, I'd be like, I'm gonna check myself.
Yeah, bro, go to the doctor. For real, just don't even take a shower. Just go right to the fucking hospital or something. Whoop, whoop,
Ambulance.
911, my pussy stank. Wibta, if I didn't let my widowed Sil and her kid live with us. What does that mean? Wibta?
If I didn't let my widowed son-in-law and her kid live with us.
But what is a wibta?
Would I be the asshole?
Oh.
Oh, you're so pretty though. It's okay, I read a lot of these.
Male 38, Sil, His husband died a couple weeks ago. Ooh, Sil was in Sam. And what is up with all these fucking acronyms?
I don't know. This Sam is...
Should ask whole man.
I don't know.
Besides some inheritances that were left to her that still needed to be settled, my wife has told me that she probably will have to sell the house due to A, they have no emergency fund, and B, Sil dropped out to become a Sam and has no income source. What does this mean?
Stay-at-home dad. Stay-at-home mom. I mean, stay-at-home mom.
Son-in-law dropped out to become a stay-at-home mom. As a sympath, I feel moving her and the kid into our house on top of our own 2 kids under 10 is a huge lifestyle change. I think that's not an acronym. I'm not sure we'll be able to take it on. Son-in-law's kid is 4. We do, though, have a vacant home that we usually rent, but our last tenant moved out. So it's been just existing for the past few months. Landlord! I offered that they live there about 45 minutes away from us, but my wife is persistent on them moving into our house since my sister needs a support system. I'm open to help out, but I feel the case of moving in needs some more consideration besides let's do it. Would I be the asshole to just say no? I wouldn't say so.
Does she only have 1 kid? Or he only have 1 kid? I'm confused as to...
2 under 10 kids. So they have 2 under 10 kids and they have 1 kid. I'd say yeah for sure, just because I like when people come over.
Yeah, you do.
I just like holding up people. I like that.
Yeah.
But like rationally though, I feel like
a hostel.
Yeah. I love that. The more people, the merrier. I'd say.
Yeah.
But
Whereas I like to have some alone time.
yeah, she's more of alone time. I think I'd be fine with it, but at the same time,
But for like a certain period of time.
I don't think I'd be an asshole for saying no though.
No, I don't think so. I think there's boundaries. But
Yeah.
both of us, we'd say yes. I mean, it's my sister. Of course I'd say yes.
Yeah.
And I would say however long you need.
You shouldn't say yes to my sister though.
Why?
She is the asshole
No.
that they speak of. L. McKinsey, L. Let's get some L's for me.
I mean, they're also offering up a whole other house for them. Leave her alone.
I know. I like trolling my mom and sister in these
Yeah,
videos.
you really do.
Let's get an L chain for Mackenzie, and then a W chain for Mackenzie because she's really good at making sourdough.
Yeah,
she's
is.
awesome, and I actually do love my
I need
sister.
to ask her to
Just
make us
kidding.
some jalapeno sourdough.
True, yeah. Am I the asshole for kicking my broke parents out of the house? No. I'm 20 years old and live in a 2-room apartment. One of those rooms is my room, and the other one is my kitchen main room. Since my parents lost their jobs last year, I offered them to stay in my apartment until they found another job. My parents sleep on the floor of the kitchen main room. My parents finish with dinner. We socialize for a couple of hours, and then I head off to bed. My parents usually go to sleep at 10:30 to 10:45, while I usually stay up at 12:15. My dad keeps complaining about how the TV is too loud, even though the volume is at 15.
Too loud! Still too loud!
I thought this was rather odd, but I complied with him and turned it down to about 5 volume. He still kept complaining, and I kept telling him that it wasn't that loud. He just got mumbling, and he just got rude.
Too loud!
He unplugged the router and not gave it back, even in the morning or after work. I told him it's my house and I bought that router and the Wi-Fi here. You have no right taking it from me. He responded back with, I am your father. I control this house. This has got to be bait. This has to be fucking bait, which is obviously not true because I own the damn place. You don't, if it's an apartment, you probably, most likely you don't own
Yeah,
it.
you're probably renting it.
My mom didn't help me out. Hell, she even made it worse. She was defending my father and pushing me whenever I tried to take it from him. This had been going on for about 3 days already, and I decided to kick both of them out. I told them to pack their stuff because they had no authority. I called the cops on them and got them trespassed out of my apartment complex. Over the past couple days, they've been texting me how selfish I am and how sensitive I am about everything. Interesting. If not bait, I feel like this is bait for one.
It feels very baity, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're not the asshole. If your parents, like, you know, if your parents, they're withdrawing their level of authority.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're gonna be like, this is my house, I control it, but you don't actually have any control over anything, and you don't have a job, or you can't, like, it doesn't, you know, it's not about being impoverished, but like being a parent and having authority is very dependent upon certain factors.
Absolutely, absolutely.
One of those is who pays the bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're paying rent, it's your place. It's your place, and just because they're your parents doesn't mean shit. They're adults.
The dad said, I'm your father, I control this house, instead of just being like, well, I just can't really sleep.
Yeah.
You know, like, is there something we can do about the volume, like, a little bit more? So I feel like they deserve it. I feel like they're the assholes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they
I think
seem
so.
like,
You're not the asshole.
yeah, you're not the asshole.
It's your home.
Yeah, you fucking asshole. And I get for not wanting to go to my wife's annual girls trip. My 32 male wife has this tradition where she goes on an annual girls only trip with her closest friends. They've been doing it since college, and it's their sacred bonding time with each other, especially since they've all been married and have busy lives. This year, my wife really wanted me to join them as they're all bringing their husbands too. She says it'll be fun and that I'll get along great with her friends. If there's one thing, I have absolutely zero interest in spending a weekend with a bunch of giggling girls and men I don't even know. I don't want to sit everywhere all awkward. I'd rather stay at home and watch Netflix. Don't get me wrong, I love my wife and I respect her friendships, but I just don't see the appeal to it. When I told my wife I wasn't interested, she got upset and accused me of not wanting to spend time with her friends. Am I the asshole here?
I respect what you want to do.
Yeah.
I respect that it's not an ideal situation, but it is a weekend. And if it means a lot to her, I think you might need to sacrifice that.
I'm pro hermit.
Yeah,
I'm pro
I know
hermit.
you would be.
I'm pro hermit. I like hermits.
I just wouldn't, like, I would see that situation if I was going on a girls trip or something with the husband, and I would just know that you wouldn't enjoy that, so I'd just be like, hey, here's the offer, you don't have to go, and you would say probably no, and I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, because if it's like two mutually respecting people and they're just like, no, I don't really want to go, and then she starts guilting you,
Yeah.
that's evil. That's asshole behavior.
It's like-
not wanting to go somewhere and providing reasonable reasons for not wanting to go to that place. That's not asshole behavior. That's normal. That's normal. That's
Yeah, his reason wasn't because he doesn't want to spend time with you, it's because he doesn't want to spend time with
people he doesn't fucking know.
people he doesn't know, which is fair.
Yeah,
which
I
is
wouldn't-
fair.
I wouldn't
Unless it was like a fucking funeral or something, or a wedding.
Even then, Netflix is way better. Am I the asshole for not letting my aunt and her family and there's a lot of these. Diagnosis stage 4 dude, what? I'm a female, 34 years old with a 2-story house with my husband that has 2 bedrooms.
Flex.
Her husband has 2 bedrooms. Shoo. A couple of months ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and my aunt from another state wanted to visit me. During these months, I was terribly sick and bedridden, so I couldn't clean the house. My aunt wanted to bring her son and 2 grandchildren and asked if they could stay in the house. I turned her down because the house was uninhabitable and I didn't want them to just sleep on couches. She got upset and blocked me on social media. She later said that there's nothing to do on my side of town anyways. I was like, I thought her purpose was to visit me. You're obviously not the asshole, Agnes Beef.
Your aunt is the devil.
Your aunt is fucking Satan.
She is.
Yeah, what the fuck?
She got horns coming out of her fucking head.
Evil bitch.
Holy shit.
Damn!
Fuck that bitch. That's it.
That's Black Phillip
Oh yeah.
from The Witch, 2015 movie.
That he just watched for the first time and liked a lot.
Am I the asshole for being disrespectful and telling my parents good luck with that when they tried to ground me? That sounds pretty awesome. Sounds like you might be the asshole already,
Yeah,
but
it
hold
does.
on. I live at home while going to university. Okay. I'm in my final year and I have a job lined up after I graduate. Okay. We're in a different situation
Adults,
already.
basically.
Yep, that's an adult.
Got it.
My parents have been charging me rent since I was 16. Okay, yep. I have a small company that makes me about $60,000 a year. Okay, yep. We're really not looking like he's the asshole now.
Yeah.
I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
So he started the business in high school. His parents made him pay rent because he's making adult money and he can take on adult responsibilities.
Sure.
He started when he was 16. They only charged him $300 a month in rent. So at that point, he considered, so he considered his room to be his own room at that point because he's paying money for it. Obviously, that's probably 15% of the mortgage.
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah,
maybe a little bit
probably.
more. They tried to say I was separating myself from the family, but I saw it more as having my own schedule. So this guy's Sigma grind set, just fucking
Yeah.
A to B all
With the
day of the
messy
week.
room.
Yes.
But they had to say it cleaned when I did my laundry. Oh no, he does. He keeps it pretty decently clean.
Yeah, so he keeps it clean as well.
Okay.
This year for spring break, I went down to Mexico with friends. My parents were upset because they were hosting a big Easter family get-together. When I got back, they said I was behaving badly by not being around for family gathering. I said it was my last spring break in university and that I was not responsible for their schedule. Is this guy, is he like 24 years old or 22 in school?
Yeah, probably anywhere from 21 to 24. Or no,
All right.
because he's at the end of university.
So 22, right?
Yeah, probably. Something like that.
My grandfather came over to talk to me later. He's the one who helped me get my company started and he's always there for me. He said that I was rude to my parents when they were trying to be there for me. I asked him how much rent he charged my mom when she lived at home.
Yeah.
He said it was ridiculous to think he would charge his kids rent. I told him that I had been paying rent for 4 years. But you're also 22 or 20 years old.
Okay.
You started paying rent so he's 20.
Just, oh yeah, 20.
Of course, when you're 20 years old, you pay you pay rent for where you live.
Oh, most people don't.
They don't?
Nobody I know did or does.
That's
But
insane.
also because in Canada it's impossible
To do what?
to get a place.
To get a
anywhere.
place? What about with like roommates?
Maybe if you had like 6,
So that's pretty normal.
like in a studio apartment.
Maybe in Vancouver,
Yeah.
not just Canada in general.
But like
there's
you
cheap
need a
places
house.
to live in.
There's no like apartments really.
Yeah.
So anyway, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't.
He went into the house and I heard a fight. When he came out, he said that I needed to treat my parents with more respect, but since they are my landlords, they do not have a say over how I spend my time. I'm avoiding my parents for now and renting an Airbnb right now until I graduate. I took everything that was important to me and left $600 for the last 2 months. I planned on being there. They keep calling me, but I don't have the energy to deal with them. Well, I feel like you're being an asshole with the way you're handling it after the fact, for sure. If you're acting like an adult and you're wanting to be like this adult character, you're supposed to, you have to be able to consistently be that thing. You can't just be it when it's convenient for you. So if you're like, I'm the bigger guy, and then at the very end you're acting petty.
Yeah.
That to me makes you seem like an asshole.
Yeah, you have to be able to communicate.
Yeah, I feel like the very easy way to do it is just move out of your parents' house. You're not forced to live there with them. Maybe they're tired of you living there.
Yeah.
And they have certain expectations just because you live there, regardless of rent.
Yeah.
But playing the adult card and I'm autonomous and I have my own free will, I feel like, just kind of one of those things that's going to make you eventually seem like an asshole at some point. Because your family will only be around for a short period of time.
That's true too.
And approaching things compassionately always wins out.
Yeah, that's true too. I feel like they have a good argument in some ways. Like, I don't know. For me, holidays, Easter, that kind of thing. I mean, it depends on the family. But it would be a big deal if I missed like an Easter or something. Unless I lived in Texas or had a good reason to.
I mean, if you're going to like spring break in fucking Mexico, that just seems cringe.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like he's just glorifying, he's playing the adult card, but partying instead of hanging out.
As if Easter just happens like whenever. Like it happens the same time every year pretty much.
Yeah, he's got one final spring break. I don't know. I feel like that one's like
that's hard.
Mano-y-mano type 1v1 situation. It's difficult to see which one's worse, but I think at the end, I would say he's more of an asshole.
Yeah.